Good morning, Soldier Boy here, and welcome back to RoadCraft for what is live stream number 15 as we continue our journey through the game. Good morning, I hope your week is going well. We're back today for 3.5 hours as we continue on from yesterday morning. Now, if you missed yesterday morning, you missed something. So, yesterday we continued on the Incommunicado map. We managed to get the 3 remaining radio towers up and running, and we finished Incommunicado yesterday. So, we had a quick chat about what map to do next. We had a choice of 3. And we decided we were doing the bottom one, which is SandSwept. The SandSwept we started yesterday. We did some exploring, first of all, and then we built a road towards the end of the stream. That's where we finished off after just building the road. Now, for those that are aware, I'm struggling with... I call it narcolepsy because I can't think of what else it would be or could be related to. Undrowsiness and stuff. And towards about half 11 before the end of the stream yesterday, we were finding we were being affected for the first time in a morning stream. So we're aware of it. We'll just keep an eye on how it goes. Hopefully, it's not going to become an issue. We've never really had it that early before. Normally, it's the afternoon it affects things. But we shall see. All these adverts I need to watch just to check my stream. There we go. So today we're going to continue on SandSwept, see how much we can get done. For those that know what's coming next, obviously we are running out of time now. What's going on here? Can't do what? I can't paste what I wanted to paste. That's a bit silly. Yeah, so most of you know what's coming next. So next week we begin Death Stranding 2 on release. So we're trying to get as much of this done as possible. Tomorrow's stream is Assassin's Creed Shadows, as we've still got some more stuff to do in that as well. So we've got to try and do as much as we possibly can in every day. And to be fair, we're not rushing anything, and we do try and max out everything we do. It's one of those games that will take time. There's no way we're finishing this before Death Stranding 2 releases, but we can do as much as we can. That's the thing. It's just one of those. We're not rushing anything. We're just going to keep going as we have been and see what we get done. That is the plan. Now, that's all my stuff done. Let's just see where my little boy is. And then we'll load in. As I say, we're a decent amount of way. What's it saying? 49 hours in, and we're halfway through the maps. We started map 5 of 8. And obviously no DLC just yet. So that will come at some point. So yeah, still plenty to do, plenty to see and do. Let's get into it. So, Incommunicado is done. SandSwept, we're 4% in. It's nothing, is it? 4%. We built a road. That's all we've done. As you can see, we haven't really traversed much of the map. We know we've got to build bridges. That's one thing we need to do. Concrete factory needs setting up as well. 13 infrastructure requests to do, 28 objectives to do, and 13 side objectives. That's the plan. Let's get into it. We're level 11 currently as well, which is not too bad. Patrick, good morning. How are you? How are you on this bright, sunny morning? I will say it is extremely hot where I am, which isn't too much of an issue for me because my living room is quite nice, first thing, but it's still there. I had one hell of an afternoon yesterday. I had lunch after finishing streaming and promptly fell asleep sitting up after lunch. And I woke up to my little boy coming home and me falling off the sofa while sitting up. That's how bad this drowsiness can get, I tell you. Right, that's the road we finished building yesterday's stream. As I say, we did have an issue of drowsiness towards the end of the stream. We managed to finish off what we wanted to at the very least. Let's just move this out of the way. But the road is done. That is part 1 of the mission here. We need to restore the path to the concrete plant. And then we need to go and clear the objects. Now, there is no crane nearby. We need to go and do take one ourselves. I'm thinking big crane is my thinking. What other mission? We got deliver supplies to the archaeological quarry. That's something we need to figure out as well. That's a vehicle needs driving. Supply the steel mill with the required machinery. That's another vehicle needs driving. steel mill is that one to where? Where are we going to there? Oh yeah, that's across the river. So before we can do that, we need to get the concrete factory up and running, so we can then make bridge parts. Because without the bridge parts, we can't actually get the rest of the things done. Thank you for the like, much appreciated. That was. Your connection in and out. Yeah, no worries, Patrick. Your connection's in and out. That's all good. Yeah, I'm okay. I've been up since 3 o'clock this morning, but I feel good. It's going to hit me later, I'm pretty sure. Repair routes, infrastructure route. What's this one? Repair shop to concrete slabs facility. Okay, so that wants us to do a road or to do a route from the repair shop to concrete slabs. Now, we haven't really looked around enough to guarantee the roads are safe to travel on or are doable, to be fair, although this isn't too bad. It's going to be a long old route, that is, isn't it, to plan? So yeah, that needs a route from there to there. Wow, okay. I think before we send that off, we need to actually be looking around a bit more ourselves, I think. And just in that could be a nightmare, just to send it. Because ideally you'd want to go here, but it doesn't look the best, does it, there? That'd be the quicker route. It'd be there. That might be a case of us building a road to get that leveled out a bit more, maybe. To be fair. I don't know, there's a few things we need to decide on. Yeah, so, although it sounds like a good sleep yesterday afternoon, the downside to it is I wake up and feel knackered. But also I wake up and feel drained, so it doesn't feel like a sleep. That's the problem. Okay, so I think we focus on the concrete plant first and foremost. In the garage, we'll pull up our big... We have got the money to get new parts as well, to be fair. There's not many trees around, so I don't think we're going to be able to use trees as much. For building bridges at the very least. So we've got our big crane here. We could upgrade our big crane. Let's have a quick look at our new big crane. This one here, 44,000 it would cost for a new big crane. I think that's a decent... You know what, let's do that. Let's get a brand new crane. There we go. Brand new crane. Should be a bit quicker to drive as well. Mobility is better. Right. Yeah, no worries, Patrick. You need to change providers. Yeah, no worries. We'll be here. Speak to you soon, Patrick. Right, we're going to drive this to the concrete plant, clear the area, and then probably get some concrete going so we can get some bridges going. So that's something we do need. And then we'll have a look at these routes and things. So although this is SandSwept, a massive sandstorm coming and knocks out all the solar panels, you'd think sand would be quite easy to drive on and would be fairly simple to get through, but when it's steep, you do get stuck. That's the thing. And it's also what it's then caused, like rocks and things to come down. So although it sounds like it should be right, it's only sand. It's not as simple as that. That's the thing. Hence the road and stuff that was washed out being built. You know, the sand has actually caused other problems. Are we going? We're going up this hill, aren't we? Yeah. See, things like this we need to clear, really. What am I? Damn, I'm getting stuck on the rocks. If we park up for a second, where's our... there. Let's come and... We're going to have to clear these rocks. Otherwise, we're not going to get through that pathway. Don't fall over. The one thing I didn't want to do was that. Trouble straight away. Right, we're going to go and get Let's see if we can do this. Let's put anchors on. Can I pick up rocks? I can. Okay, that one can stay there. Sorry, I think that's my little boy to say at school, hopefully. Let's find out. Okay. I may be a bit far away from some of these rocks, to be fair, but we can do it with this. It's not... Obviously, I think it'd be quicker if we did it with the... Yeah, it'd probably be quicker if we did it with the dozer, but I'll just tip the dozer over so that won't be happening. Can I reach any of the others? I'm not too far away. Yeah, we can do that one. Okay. That's as far out as I can go. I think I'm too far away from any others now. No, I can still do that one. It's just a case of getting them off the road at the end of the day. I don't know if I can reach that last one. No, too far away. Okay. But we've now made this area a little bit easier to manoeuvre. Well, we actually handbrake off would help, wouldn't it? Anything that makes driving a little bit easier, the better. We wouldn't I don't normally move rocks, to be fair. Thank you for liking, I was much appreciated. But actually, we found if we have to put a route down here, it makes sense to make sure we're completely clear. Greg Joshman, good morning. How are you? I'm not too bad. Not too bad. Tired, but there we go. Other than that, we're up since 2 o'clock this morning. Okay, we're not going into there. I'm assuming we'll need to go into there at some point. So really put the handbrake on when we go and look at the map. Yeah, we need to go up there at some point. I bet that might open up a side mission if we go too closer to it, to be fair. But our focus is concrete plant, getting that up and running, and then bridges is our focus for the moment. Okay. But yeah, as I was saying at the start, you kind of think, when you look and read what the map is about and you think sand, you think, ah, easy, sand. It's not going to be that bad. And then actually, once you get into it, sand can be devastating. That's the thing. Yeah, sand can actually be devastating more than you realise. That's the problem. Right, we need to clear this first area of debris. There is a pile of these to our right. I'm going to try and join that pile. That pile, I'm thinking. Can I not go any more to the right? I can. For some reason, it wouldn't let me go any further. Yeah, my thinking is try and join this pile. These pipes are the reason I bought the big crane, to be fair. I don't know how easy it's going to be to get on that. That's not too bad. A lot of this we'll probably try and recycle when we can as well, when we find out what the other part is. Recycling some of this would probably be a good idea, to be fair. but at the minute we don't know where we can recycle metal. Is that car moving? It is moving. That's not helpful. Okay, I'm aware that yellow door means there's going to be vehicles trying to come out of that yellow door. So I'm just trying to... Right, it's not moving now. I might need to move forward a bit here. Yeah, I'm a bit too far away now. Okay. I think more than anything is making sure we're not blocking anything. Why would that go up? As I say, just got to clear 3 different bits to clear, and then hopefully we can get a load of concrete going for the bridges mainly, because there's a lack of wood around, so it is going to be bridges made of concrete more than anything else, I think. There we go. What's left? We've got a pipe here and a smashed up van. All these pipes can be recycled as well. It's just a case of getting them on a vehicle and taking them to be recycled when we find out where. We'll try and go the other side of this pile. Hang on. Is that a toy there? That's a toy, I think. Hang on. I think there's a little toy hidden here. One of the collectible toys that we were really told about in the last episode, in the a couple of streams ago. I don't know actually. It's not flashing yellow. Yellow is normally a sign that it is collectible, is sellable, but that's not shining, is it? I don't know if that is then. To be fair, normally it'd be making it'd be changing colour. Vision unlocked. Good morning. How are you? I was worried the others would roll here, and I think they're going to. That's fine. It's that one there. We're going to need to move. I say move, actually. I may just need to pull it. I don't think that was counted as in blocking anyway. Can I... It won't give me... It won't let me pick up that whatever that is. So I think that's just, I suppose, a jet washer, I think. You let your zinc do for heavy. Oh, exactly. That's the problem with sand. That is the problem with sand, isn't it, Crazy Irishman? You're okay with better tomorrow? Okay. Well, I hope... What's happening tomorrow for you then? Is it something really good? Let's move forward. Hopefully it is. Why can I only pick this up by 2 bits? I hope... Oh, there we go. Pick it up by the roof. Right, that's the first area clear. And this can go over here. Job done. Don't start moving. Okay, we went slightly further over because it was still slightly moving as I dropped it down there. There we go. Right, we now need to drive further around. We've got the next bit to unblock as well. Hopefully so. Well, I hope it's whatever it is good then, Vision Unlock, and I hope it's an even better day for you tomorrow. Yeah, I think it's a jet washer by the looks of it, isn't it? I thought for a second we'd found one really quickly, but obviously not. So them yellow pipes there that we've got to move, they can actually be sold as well. Obviously we haven't got the place to sell them yet, but all the yellow ones can be sold. Okay, let's get these over here. Go. I brought the big crane over just because I thought there's so much stuff here that's probably going to be really heavy. The small crane isn't brilliant, the small cranes, so it made sense to bring something that could cope with whatever we get to kind of throw at it. Plus we just upgraded it, which is even better. Why are you not? I want it further. I was trying to get it to go past. It won't. Okay, I'm going to stick this on there then. I'm not sure when we're sticking the yellow pipes yet. Obviously, it'd be nice to. We've not sold a single thing yet on any map, mainly because, well, we haven't needed to, but also just haven't really had to. So it'd be nice to actually sell something, and the yellow pipes that are designed for that. So maybe that's something we look at doing when we unlock the place where you can sell stuff. Right, where are we going with this? There we go, you can go there. There we go. Right, I think we need to move forward a little bit now. We're a bit careful because obviously crane's still up. Okay, that's some sort of vehicle there. I'm glad I bought the big crane. It can make complete sense to bring the big crane, I think. There's always that chance it's overkill, but actually I think this was a good idea. Good old tractor. Again, that can be sold and and that can be recycled, actually, to be fair. Over back. There we go. Right, we've got to start thinking about these yellow things, really. I suppose we'll just stack them up where they are. To the right, really, I suppose. If I can get it not to swing the way I wanted it to. The annoying thing is, winch down and object turn are two completely different buttons, annoyingly. Same as going up like that is a different button. That's why I tend to put things down with the crane itself rather than doing the actual rope down, just because they're two different buttons. Okay, don't want that rolling, that's the only thing. Go. Two to go. Although I don't think one of them does. I don't think counts because it's slightly off. So I don't think it counts, to be fair. But there we go. Good way to start the day, clearing the yard in the concrete factory. Come on. There we go. I will move the other one as well. I can't help but have to stack it nicely. That's the thing. We could just throw them in there any old how, but I kind of want to stack them nicely. Come on. There we go. Right, we got a container here that's going to be moving. I can't pick up that. Okay, so the container doesn't need moving, it can't be picked up. So let's move forward a bit. There we go. Right, it's got a lot to do here. See, the sand is still coming in as well. It's actually tipping me over, this is. Why is that? Unless that was suddenly really heavy, it was for some reason was tipping me over. Give you a laugh. I'm giving you I use the mule crane to drag a big pipe to make steel business when I was driving my car. Oh yeah, it's funny when you've got something too heavy. Yeah, you're right, anchors aren't out. It's a good shout. I thought I'd put them out, to be fair. Yeah, when you've got something that's too heavy and the vehicle can't deal with it, it can be a nightmare. That sandstorm is really going up again, isn't it? Okay. We are getting there, we're clearing all this mess up. Give me the green one. There we go. Obviously we can recycle a lot of the metal when we get a chance to, but I don't know when that will happen. I don't think we've discovered where the pipe factory of the steel beams and that are yet, to be fair. Right, what else have we got here? 2 more of those. Yeah, I think big crane was a good idea. Yeah, well spotted on the feet not being out, Craig Archman. I hadn't spotted that. Am I too far away to get on there, aren't I? Okay, trophy him. You got into the place. It does show you the mule is the one hell of a workhorse, isn't it? As you say. It is definitely the go-to vehicle for anything you need. That's the thing. Hence the name the mule, though, isn't it? I do still think though there should be more than one vehicle that has a crane attachment. You know, because otherwise you are just using the same vehicle all the time. And it is only because it's got the crane attachment, to be fair. So are you playing this as well, Vision Unlock? Probably not. Well, I don't know. It's still. It depends. If something else had a crane, no. As I say, it's the reason you use it is because of the crane. I think I've cleared this area already. Has it taken it off? It has taken it off, yeah. So anchors up. Still got this one here to do. This pipe. But yeah, if there was a different vehicle that had the ability to use a crane as well as transport, no, we wouldn't use it. That's the thing. It is that ability that makes it stand out. That's the thing, isn't it? Imagine recycling the massive bits of metal that are over here as well. That would be. I bet you gain a lot for those. Right, let's bring this over here. Come on. Seize it over. Should be fine there. Oh, not quite. It's just about literally got to move it a little bit forward. There we go. Right, we've got these big bits to move, and then we'll see what's needed. I guess we'll then get this working. Play when you can, it's still early go. Okay. For 4x4 that's pro, we need it. Yeah, I think, as I say, we just need another vehicle that can transport things. Maybe more heavier goods vehicle. Because the mule's brilliant, but there are times when it just isn't strong enough. So we need something more heavy for transporting as well. And for crane usage. You know, there's things that you put on. There's a transformer we moved on a different map. And because of that, oh, it's done. We are done. That's mission complete. Yeah, that is mission complete. Okay. It didn't say anything, but that is done. Where's the path? Ah, so there we go. So we've now got to put a route from our desert base to here to get this up and running again. Oh, per truck that delivers, we get a concrete slab up to the value of 10. That's important. 10 concrete slabs in total for that. Which we need for the bridges. Right, I'm not sure how well this route is going to go first time, mainly because of the sand and things, although we get to use our brand new road. I do need to move my vehicle out the way. Cleared the rocks with the crane on the way to here. This bit here could be a little bit tricky depending on the type of vehicle they're using, because that's the other thing. We don't know what type of vehicle they're bringing, and that plays a big part. Hang on. In terms of how far they can get, even on normal roads, or even on bits that aren't that bad, but depending on the vehicle could potentially be bad to travel along. We want to go in there, don't we? Now we've cleared all of this. So this concrete plant isn't quite up and running yet. We just need to get this delivery in to get it up and running. Right, I've dispatched vehicles. What I quickly need to do is move that vehicle there. Otherwise it won't be going anywhere. Mule power makes easy transport, anything. Yeah, but I still think it has its limitations, and I think that something bigger with a crane would still be handy. But yeah, Oh yeah, what if you didn't have the crane? You wouldn't use it either. No, that's the thing. Right. Let's spectate. As you want the concrete plant up and running, let's have a look and see how these go. It's always nice to spectate sometimes, see how badly I've done the route. Hopefully, first time. And then we've got to look at what we're going to do next. There's still I might just try and get the vehicle to the archaeological dig actually next. Onto the new road. They look like good 4x4 vehicles, to be fair, so they shouldn't get too bogged down on little bits of sand or anything like that. So that's a good thing. How many crashes they make? There is that, yeah. A little bit tight there. You can see him going over the rocks a little bit there. That's on me. That's my route marking. That's not brilliant. What did he do there? I don't know if that was me or what. How did he manage to crash there? That might be on my route marking. Right, they're about to fail. Yeah, they're going to fail because of that. There we go. So right, we can fix that pretty quickly. What happened was I made this bit a little bit too close to the inside rocks. Put a new point there. And obviously that caused them to veer, to get all out of sorts as it approached this bit. So that's on me and poor route marking. Needs to be more in the middle than to the side, essentially. Should we try again? You blame the mule. I blame me. I'm glad we cleared all the rocks earlier with the crane, to be fair. But I still think the AI drivers in this are some of the best AI drivers I've seen in many games. You know, a lot of things like Farming Simulator, the AI drivers give up so they'll crash easily. Generally, they try and get to where you want them to go and do follow your route. They're not silly most of the time. Sometimes they are, but not most of the time they're not. Okay, we're nearly there. Into the concrete plant itself. I don't think we've found where we can recycle stuff yet, other than concrete, obviously here. Crane shouldn't be in the way. No, crane's fine. Other than that one little mishap, I think that wasn't too bad, to be fair there. I don't think that was too bad at all. Oh yeah, no, my driving is not the best at all. So that should be 3 of them entering there. So that should be 3 concrete slabs as soon as that job is done, I believe. There we go. Concrete facility is up and running. And they'll keep chaining that for another 10 trucks as well. So that is mission complete. Right, steel mill with the required machinery. Which we can't do. We've got to go across the river to do that. Something we need to look at. Repair services and supplies to concrete plant. Oh, we need to deliver 2 objects to the concrete plant from the oil station and do a route from the repair shop. Yeah, the issue with the repair shop route is that is the issue with the repair shop route, is this bit here. And I'm not too sure how we deal with that. I wonder if we take a dozer and do sand moving, would it move those dunes? It's not sand we've laid, but I wonder if it would move the dunes for us. Because I think other than that, we could make a safe route. It's just that bit that concerns me. Or we can send it the long way round, but obviously we've not really been that way, so again we've got to work out what's safe and what's not. But that's a long route from there to over here, so I'd like to make sure we get it done in one if possible. But yeah, I'm curious whether they'll move under the weight of the dozer, because if they do, that's a fairly simple route, I think. The other objective we've got is deliver supplies to archaeological quarry. So this is, we just need to drive the vehicle, which is here, and get it to the archaeological quarry, which, if we go to the concrete plant, can't go down there, obviously. So we need to get down somewhere here and just drive it along that route. Yeah, I don't know if the dozer would let us flatten the sand, to be fair. It's something we're going to need to test now, isn't it, I think? Just see if there's any other routes down. We don't know what this pathway here is. Although that looks like a lot of rocks have fallen that way, doesn't it? Behind the back of there. Although actually, it doesn't seem too bad. I think that's the way to go, to be fair. Let's do that. Let's quickly get this one done. Deliver vehicle. This is the vehicle we need to deliver. It's a Thunder Scout, so this should be fairly simple to drive. And should get there pretty easily. Considering it is a Scout. We drive to the concrete plant first, then from there around the back. That should be doable, I think. I know this is only a side mission, but it's there. We might as well get it done while we can. Plus, we then know if that is a way to get into the archaeological bit without... If we have any more deliveries there, at least we know if we can do it or not. But the dozer, we're going to have to test the dozer. I know it's on its side there. See whether it can move sand that we haven't put down. This thing's got some speed to it. Try and be careful of the speed. Yeah, we're going to have to test that with the dozer. Because if it can move other sand, and we can clear them dunes, then brilliant. That would work wonders there. And that route wouldn't be so bad. Okay. So on the map, this was round the back of this, wasn't it? Round here. The back entrance, essentially. Okay. As I say, this is a scout vehicle. It should be all terrain. So this shouldn't be too bad. Road goes this way. But yeah, this thing's got some speed. I'm going to slow it down a little bit just so it doesn't go too fast on some of the corners. Sand is a bit deep in places. Doesn't seem too bad though. Slowing it down. Down we go. Right, be careful of these rocks. So the last thing you want now is for this to fall on its side, and then we'll have to get something here to come and save it. I think we're all good. That is mission complete. Okay, the new side mission arrived straight away afterwards. I just noticed the cloud is actually moving. I didn't know that. Bring urgent help to Tifletown. Let's have a quick look at this. Tifletown is in need. Your mission is to visit them, patch the roads. Okay. So we've got to reach that location again. That's over the bridge. Is that... I think that's over the bridge. It makes sense that it would be. Because there's a river here. So we will have to leave that one for the minute. Okay. Steel mill with the required machinery. We can't do that until we do a bridge. Vehicles there. Obviously, we don't know how to get there yet. There's 2 bridges to do as well. I think this might be a case of we build this bridge now. Well, they're saying that we don't know again how to get here, do we? Safely. Power station there. Because of these dunes there. So wait, with scout vehicle. I've got a feeling we need to drive up here. Just to see if that is across the river or not. I'm curious to see if it is. And also we're waiting for the vehicles to deliver the concrete slabs anyway. We could make our own as well, to be fair. Let's just go this way, because I think there must be another base over this way, and if there is, we can get that base up and running, and it will make delivering for these bridges a little bit easier if there's a base nearby. It did also say we can navigate the river in places, so like there probably we could navigate with a vehicle, i.e. this, in theory. We don't necessarily need a bridge just to go and explore, from what it said last time. But I'm hoping there's a second forward base that we could use. It's my hope. We know there's a power substation with no power as well, so that's something we need to look at. Although we haven't got some of these missions yet, doesn't mean we can't do them. That's the thing. I also want to know if there's any more bridges to fix along this way as well. So again there, we maybe could get over there if we wanted to a decent vehicle. It'd have to be quite high. So the road taking us up here. That building there from a distance looks incredible as well. Right, just follow this road round, because I wonder if there's another bridge to this town. And as I say, we're letting the vehicles deliver the concrete as well, so we've got that to use when we want to for the bridges. We've only got 1 so far. It will deliver 10 in total. Yeah, see, that looks traversable over there, to be fair. See any more bridges yet, though? Sometimes it's good just to open up the map up and see what options you've got. That's the thing. Let's have a quick look. So yeah, some of these places like here look traversable if we really needed to get across. Let's keep going around. Where's the town? The towns are there. So yeah, I don't think there's a bridge leading to it then. How far does this go? Oh wow, okay, so still a long way to go then. So there must be more buildings to find, is what I'm thinking. Which in turn potentially gives us new bases to open up. Now we know how to open up bases as well, just by getting close enough to them. To get a mission to then open them up. Okay, new buildings appeared on the map. That one there, that's a pumping station. We've not seen a pumping station before, I don't think. So that is new. Okay, front of the pumping station is a little bit blocked, to be fair. Find a way in. It's a pumping station there. There's a pipe to be fixed in there as well, looking at that. It's not as bad as a castle, that's true. Yeah, pumping station mission. Imagine that. I think that requires a pipe as well, looking at that. Are we near the map edge yet? We're not, are we? But yeah, we've learned from previous maps, knowing what's around you definitely helps. Okay, anything else coming up this way? A few more trees this side, so if we need wood, there is a lot more this way than where we are currently. Where we are currently, there's no wood at all. There's a port across the river there. Yeah, big seaport, which I'm assuming in time we'll have to do something with. Oh yeah, being aware of what's around you makes a big difference. I'd like to just crack on with the missions, but I do think knowing if there's closer places that you can utilise is always helpful. Again, there is a road going up here. I say that. It was meant to be a road up there. There is a build of like ruins up there, by the looks of things. And this looks to be a really steep hill. May get a decent view though after once you get to the top. Yeah, we need to get into the centre and see what's there as well. So that's our second concrete slab delivered. There we go, decent view of the port. Oh, absolutely, it goes back to explore, but like I say, it's just knowing if there's any other bases to unlock. That might come in useful later. Okay, this main road here carries on round. There's a dirt road that way. End of the map is there. I think this main road would lead us into town. We'll go that way in a second. Let's just see what's this way. Bit out of sorts, so we've got to speed up. Go, go, go. Once you get speed up, the controls can be a little bit sensitive. And I haven't turned down the sensitivity, to be fair. Keep thinking about it. This, I'm assuming, will end up being a dead end. Like an entrance way to the map. So over there, we can see the concrete factory over there, doing its thing. There's also a solar plant over here, by the looks of things. There's another road that gets to it over there. This may bring us round full circle, you know. I think spending 5 minutes to quickly just drive around the bits you can to see what's there is important. What have we got here? Potentially a base. Although it's not showing up as anything. Normally show up as something. See if anything happens when we get closer to the building. Sometimes you have to get quite close, to be fair. This will be somewhere where trucks come out of. Yellow doors mean there'll be a route from here to somewhere, or somewhere to here at some point. Yeah, yellow doors, you know there's going to be something going on here at some point. Come on out of the way, car. To be fair, I could just winch it, to be fair. I didn't think... Should just saw that. I could just winch it out of the way. It's out the way now. The big radio mast down over there as well. I'm assuming at some point we're going to come over here and fix all this by the looks of things. As it's a radio mast down. But yeah, there's a yellow door there, which means there will be a route here at some point. So that's an obvious one. The Solar Radiance Lab is north of here. So up there is the Radiance Lab, according to the map. We haven't really explored the previous maps before we've done any. I suppose we've done a bit of exploring when we've got to them, but not a massive amount. So yeah, Radiance Lab here. I'm assuming we'll have missions to do here at some point as well. All the solar panels. I'd assume we'll have to clear this or something at some point. Would be my guess. Right, if we go back, I'm just trying to see if there's an easy way down. Because we can drive around the panels here. There's something going north there. Obviously, bridges are over to our right. Let's just try and the map in the right place. Should be there. So we're here currently. We need to go into the centre of town. I think that's something we need to do. We've got 2 concrete slabs delivered so far. So we'll go into the centre of town, open that bit up so we can see what's there. And then we'll get crack on with what's next. And if we're still waiting on concrete slabs, we can recycle our own, or we'll do the other mission that doesn't require them. We've still got to work out if we can set that route over the dunes. I think they'll drive over them, but I don't know how they'll be once they get over them, whether that'll send them off course. That's my concern with the dunes on the road, if we set that route up. But yeah, I was hoping for a closer base to the dunes, so we could then send the dozer and it won't take us long to get there, essentially, is what I was looking for. Right, so centre of the map just needs to be looked at and see what's there. We know there's pipes that need replacing, we can see those already. Nice big tyre that can be sold. So we are looking for a road in, this road here. So our next right is the road we want to take. There's still some to the left we haven't gone and looked at, to be fair, so there are more areas to look at. But potentially this takes us into the main town as well. A few rocks around to manoeuvre. Okay. At some point they'll probably need moving off the road if we need to use the roads, to be fair. Sand is a bit deeper here. I might wish I didn't come this way in a minute. It is a road though, according to the map. Needed to be taking us higher, ideally. Thank you for the like, whatever it was, much appreciated. So many rocks to navigate. I'm glad this is as high as it is, because it does make navigating some of these rocks a bit easier. Sand is coming in. Okay, she's going up now. Whoa, rocks are everywhere. If we end up getting up here without turning this over, I'd be very surprised. Yeah, so many rocks. It's obviously from the sandstorm. It swept them down, hasn't it? I would have said. There's some broken down bits up that slope there. I'm not going to attempt to go up there. That's where the central radio tower is, supposedly up there. The main bit of town is over here, is where we're heading. But yeah, rocks are everywhere. This route is not going to be used by any vehicle for a while, if we have to use it, it's going to be a case of clear all the rocks, which will take some time. Yeah, definitely won't be using this route. We'll say this Malamute has handled this pretty well. With the choice of the 3 scout vehicles coming onto this map, and I thought the Malamute would be better. I'm glad we chose it. I think it's handled everything pretty well so far. Yeah, it could be one of the ones that spirals up. Right, that's the main town there, I believe. Let's have a look. So we're now at this place here. So El Amir is the town, I believe. So we'll head left in a second. Power station, at some point we're going to have to go and get that fixed, I would guess. Radio station there. So you've missed this bit here still. But most of this side now is we can see what we've got to deal with. But yeah, we won't be using that route again in a hurry. Right, main town is here. We've already seen there's some pipes around here to be fixed. But until we get the pipe facility up and running, which we don't know where that is yet, that won't be used. Yellow again, so I'm guessing there'll be routes to and from here at some point. Right, what do we got? There's something there we'll have a quick look at. And obviously, we'll take a drive up to that big building as well. I don't know whether there will be a forward base here for us or not, but it's worth having a quick look in case there is. And then we know what we need to do to unlock it. There's someone's house there, actually. Oranges, I think they're growing. Right, so there's an old plantation there then, as we leave town. And that's a different road that twists down the slope. Okay, so there's definitely no forward base here then. I was thinking there might be. There's definitely a pipe to replace there and one there by the looks of things. Let's go and have a look at the big building over here, and then we'll make a decision on what we're doing next. Mainly because I want to see what the big building is. I think it's a temple by the looks of things. Okay. Sand everywhere. The sandstorm really destroyed the place, didn't it? And there's the big temple. I know it's a roundabout. Over the roundabout. But is it gonna? It doesn't name it, does it? I wonder if it'd name it, to be fair. Thought I'd scan it in case there was a toy nearby, but thinking it would show it up. But there we go. That's the centerpiece of the map. So, right, let's figure out what we're going to do first then. I kind of think we can set this route from the repair shop and hope for the best. That's not mine. What is that vehicle? Supply them with the required machinery. Is that the one we need to take? It's got to go across the water. So we need to build a bridge, don't we? And then take it there. To be fair, slabs are in storage. Let's build the bridge here. Hoping we can get to there from here. But we can bring the mule down to deliver them. Plus, we look at the route ourselves to see if the route is possible. Is my thinking. So, oh, why have we not got a choice of concrete bridges? The orange trees are like the pumpkins squashed them. Why? Okay. We've only got wooden bridges. The problem is there's a massive lack of wood. Well, we can only build wooden bridges according to that. That's all stuff for concrete. Is it because we need to recycle one ourselves and then we'll get concrete maybe? Let's try that. If we quickly recycle a bit, make our own concrete slab, we may then be able to use concrete slabs. Because it can be like that sometimes, that you have to... You have to do these things yourself before it activates. Right, we've got a bit of concrete. Change camera. We're going to quickly go and deliver this and see what happens. You think Kelly has to give permission, does it? Alright. Thing is, it's a massive lack of wood. Doesn't mean it's not doable, it's just going to be a pain. Okay, it's not enough for one slab, which I didn't think it would be. Let's quickly grab another. What we got? Yeah, that'll do. I just want to make at least one slab and then see if it allows us to use them. I know we've got some in storage from the ones being delivered. Okay, made a slab. Now can we make bridges? No. Are you playing? Good afternoon. Good morning. How are you? Okay, so we're gonna have to use the wood, aren't we? She gives us the slabs, yeah. So she hasn't allowed us to use them as of yet. The only other, unless we need to provide the repair services and supplies to the concrete plant first. Maybe that's got to be done beforehand. That's the thing. Which, if that's the case, we've got two things to pick up there and a route to do. Let's do the route then and see what happens. I'm not massively keen on this route, mainly because we don't know how easy this is going to be. There's even rocks in the way there. The dunes are here. We're hoping they can navigate these dunes. Do we want to go up the hill here? I kind of really want to go up, don't we? Thinking about it. How they'll get up here, I don't know. We shall see. If they make this route first time with no issues, I'll be very amazed. that's going to be too tight. Okay, over our new road. And then we need to go to the oil factory and pick up 2 things. I don't know how big they are, what they are, and deliver those. I don't know what kind of crane we're going to need. Problem is, we don't know how big they are. Do we need the big transporter just in case, and then take a crane over maybe? Okay, this is going to here. Right, that's on the way. We need to get the rest of the stuff from over here. Obviously, we don't know. They look quite big, actually, looking at those. They do look quite big. I think we're going to need our big transporter for that then. Which we used yesterday for the probably one of the first times, to be fair. Where is it? There. We haven't used it very often, to be honest. Thanks for the like with those, much appreciated. Glad you're well, E-Play, glad you're well. Yeah, not a vehicle we've used a massive amount. I will say I hate reversing the trailer. We are going to need to send a crane as well, but we'll get this there first. I don't know if our small cranes are going to be good enough to actually lift what's there anyway. We may need to get the big crane over. Okay, how do we get there as well, actually, to be fair? Main road is here, and then you go across all the sandy bits. That's probably the best route, actually, to be fair. The only other way is somewhere that way. Yeah, let's go that way. Are they going to make up the hill? They're trying. If that route works first time, I'll be so amazed. Right, we need to go right and then downhill here then, I think. And yeah, we may need to... We have got the rusty big crane, to be fair, rather than bringing the one back from the concrete factory. That we can always bring this way. So they made over the sand dunes absolutely fine, which surprised me. We obviously did well with the route marking there. To be fair, this is handling it fairly well. We were saying that last time when we used this yesterday, how for what it does and its job, it lacks power, considering it's meant to carry heavy stuff. But it's handled that not too badly, to be fair. Going back up there may be a different story, because we've got to get back up. Right, what are we actually delivering here? It's concrete in the way as always. Ah, 2 tanks. Okay, we are going to need a crane then. And I'm glad you brought this, because it'd be 2 journeys in the mule, to be fair. So what I'm thinking, big crane, but we'll use the rusty version. And that way the other one can stay in the concrete factory. The small cranes just aren't good enough a lot of the time, I find. So that's the rusty one. Right, we'll go down, grab the 2 containers kind of things. I can't know what you call them. They're not containers, are they? They're not oil drums. I can't think what they're called. Containers or drums will do. But yeah, we'll pick those up, put them on the back. Hopefully we can get back up here in that vehicle absolutely fine. Infrastructure route complete. We actually made it with the route first time. I'm amazed at that. But yeah, I wonder if this mission will allow us to use concrete for the bridges, because I want to really use wood, because there is a lack of it. So I'm hoping this will give us the concrete. We shall see. But yeah, happy that we made it there first time with no issues. Are they barrels? I don't think they are barrels, are they? The big, you'll see them again in a minute. I'm pretty sure they're not called barrels. I just can't think what the name is. It's quite handy having two of these heavy cranes now as well, to be fair. Those big things there. I'm pretty sure they're not barrels. I can't think what they're called. Not that it matters, to be fair. Okay, first one on. Gas tanker, yes. Yeah, they're oil tanks, aren't they? Gas tanks, essentially. I just couldn't think for the life of what they were called. Yeah, definitely having two heavy cranes is quite useful, actually. It's on that. Okay, happy days. We can swap back to the big equipment transporter. We can strap the cargo on. So we're taking this to the concrete plant. So we need to go back up the way we came, which will be interesting. And then we follow the route back round to concrete, and hopefully that unlocks that. Now I'm going to reverse this thing. I hate reversing this thing, this trailer. It's already not going the way I want it to. It's because I was on a rock, that's why I wouldn't do what I wanted to do. Vehicle failed. Where did that fail and what is it? Which one is it? Oh, why did it fail there? Dispatch vehicles. Okay, I don't know why it failed there, for whatever reason it did. We're earning money while that keeps doing that route anyway, so we'll leave it doing it. Seems a weird place to fail, to be fair. Yeah, with these trailers I've learned slowly is the better way of reversing with these. Do need a turn though. Caught on the pole. Come on, I'm trying to turn around it. That's better, that's better. And then we want to go back that way to the right. Come on. Because we really see if this really does need more power. Going back up this hill is going to be interesting. Maybe we should have upgraded this, to be fair, before we used it. I don't know how much money one new one of these costs, to be fair. Struggling a little bit. I think low gear is good for the hills, so we'll put that on. It's getting stuck in the sand a little bit here. Still trying though. It's actually managed to get further than I thought it would have get stuck. A little bit of a moment there, but it's got through. Once it gets onto the tarmac, it'll gain traction again and should be absolutely fine, to be fair. That's the worst bit of the journey done. That was the bit I was a bit concerned about. Taking off low gear. We should be flying. Absolute flying. If I don't take corners too sharply as well, though. Oh, we've got the trailer caught. It's juggling a little bit there. I think there is a rock I'm kind of caught on. Yeah, just took the corner a little bit too tight. A bit more of an angle. Four slabs of 10 delivered so far. Come on. Right, off to the concrete plant it is then. We've made the worst part of the journey, that's done. Follow the road, go over our brand new relayed road as well, and that will be another mission complete. Hopefully, we can then use them concrete slabs that we produced, that will be delivered for a bridge. Otherwise, we're going to be cutting some trees down. There's not many trees around to actually use. Thanks for the like, Lord, that's appreciated. Okay, our brand new road to use. Although it's not looking brand new now, is it? There's sand and stuff on it. I'm surprised the sandstorm hasn't made it settle more on it, to be fair. You see it on all the trucks, but that hasn't really affected the road as much as you think it would do. If you want the realism aspect. Low range for the hill, or low gear. I'm guessing low gear is same as low range, but I don't know for sure. I'm guessing it is, although it doesn't seem to work the same way as it does in SnowRunner, where it makes all the wheels go at the same speed. It does do that, it seems, but there are times when you're stuck and actually it makes things worse. I tend to only really use it on hills now. We need to actually put these in place. So we'll bring the big crane that's already by the concrete plant over, because I think we need to take these off. Saves us 2 journeys though, doing this like this, so it's in 1 journey rather than 2. That's where they need putting.
We can call Operation Restore the Concrete Plant a success. My naming of Operation, not so much. Anywho, it's all thanks to you as usual. I mean that. I've sent you some concrete bridge designs.
There you go, concrete bridge designs.
We have a long road ahead bringing the rest of the region back to shape, but we're off to a good start.
So she's given us some concrete bridge designs to use. I need to put this in a position where we can pick these up and then move them to where they need to be. Without a crane, to be fair. I may have to put them there once the crane's in place. Yeah, she gave us permission to use them, so she sent us some, she actually sent us some designs. Took her long enough. There is that, yeah, I'll give you that. We've got 5 so far, and plus we've made one, but we'd have to come back and grab it from here. What we've done, we've got 5 in storage as it stands. 5 more still to be delivered as well. Okay. We're just going to go and take these off and put them down, and that'll be that mission complete. Okay, I think. Yeah, if we go here, anchors are out. We then reverse this back. You can take the first one off. It should reach them. Unstrap. Okay. Yeah, it can reach them easily, to be fair. Makes life a little bit easier. Do far one first. I'm glad I'm out. I forgot they're coming this route. I'm glad we're out of the way of it. I didn't even think they were coming this way. I forgot about that. Over the building. And then down. There we go, one done. Second one to go. I think I was moaning about that heavy goods transport yesterday about its lack of power, but actually did a decent job, to be fair. And I wonder if the upgraded version would have more power. That's the thing. There we go. That is job done. Let's have a look what's next then. So we're going to supply the steel mill, the required machinery, we know this, and Tiffle Town. Both of those require a bridge, and now we can use concrete to make one, as we are short on other resources. It's which bridge do we make? We haven't been this far side down by the oil pumps. That's actually got pipes that need replacing there. We haven't been that way really. So I think we'll leave that alone for the minute that way and just use this one we've got over here. And then at some point, because I wonder if we're coming back this way might be better for that, I don't know. But we need to build a bridge. We can just about see the other side of this. So wide, I always prefer wide to single. I just find it a lot easier in terms of connecting things. 6 slabs is there. That's on though, isn't it? Yeah. Let's do that. Now, the only downside to that is we only have 5 in the storage instead of 6. We need, obviously, the one that we've made here, we need to take that back to storage, don't we? 2 things holding Kelly back. First, she's read, and so she's... Well, it's not... Yeah, you'd be in big trouble if your wife was in chat, Crazy Irishman. Right, how far's off the next delivery? Is he delivering... Yeah, he's got concrete slabs, so we may as well load the others, 5 that we've got in storage. We'll load those up and then wait for that one to be there, because that will give us number 6. Otherwise, we could drive one back, but it'd be a pain in the butt. Oh, it's failed. Why did... Okay. Dispatch again. They do occasionally fail when they go a little bit off journey, but that's okay. Right. What are we going to carry 6 concrete slabs? I don't know if the mule's up to it. That's a lot of slabs, isn't it, for the mule to take on board? Obviously, we could share them between two different vehicles, to be fair. Mule normal and mule with crane. Could share them between them two. We haven't got we could buy the upgraded cargo truck that hasn't got a crane on, which kind of seems a bit pointless. What else have we got that's new? Obviously, we could put them all in the Wayfarer. The Azos could be upgraded. The Voron could be upgraded. Again, just cargo though. What else have we got? The mobile cranes are upgraded there. Absolutely rubbish as well. Cargo truck, but again, we've got that, but it doesn't have a crane. Light equipment transporter. And that's it for the minute, isn't it? Yeah. Do we upgrade the mule's basic rusty one to a new mule without a crane, though? Yeah, see, that's the thing. You've got these other vehicles, but they just don't have cranes. That's the problem. I think we save our money for the minute. We could put it all in the Wayfarer. Do we trust the Wayfarer to make the journey? That's the question. The Wayfarer has been okay on occasions, but has lacked also. That could probably take all of these 6 in one. To be fair, I think we use the Wayfarer. It is designed to be that kind of vehicle that takes everything, isn't it? It's what it's designed for. I may regret this. We now have 6 in storage as well now, which means we can now load up all 6. Yeah, I may regret this, but this is what it's for. Is carrying these big loads. And I say I hate reversing these trailers. No. You may regret this, yeah. We'll see. The biggest problem with this that I find, it just lacks oomph. It lacks that power when it's needed. Is the problem I find. Okay, we also need a crane as well. We'll put the mobile crane out. They're not brilliant, but they're okay when in doing small things like this. Yeah, doing small things like this are not too bad, but other than that, I don't necessarily like the small cranes. Okay, let's load this up. Go. Anchors. Okay. Storage. Concrete slabs. The popcorn is ready. Well, it needs to redeem itself, the Wayfarer. It has struggled on occasion. So I'd like it to have a chance of redeeming itself. But as I say, this is what it's designed for. Carrying these large loads, that's the thing. And we don't need a crane at the end, we don't need to unload these, it will do it automatically for us once we're in the zone. Okay. 2 on board. But it's sand, not mud. Yes, that's a good point. It struggled in the mud. Maybe sand will make it better. It's a good point, actually, to be fair. I do like how all the vehicles get a coating of the sand from being in the area. Come on, turn a little bit more. There you go. Too much. I don't know if there's enough room to get the last one on, to be fair. I kind of need to move this one. Okay. We've got another failure to look at. These are just giving us extra rewards now, so it's still worth making sure they make it. See, the trucks previously have been absolutely fine there. What we'll do, though, is we'll just move this slightly that way, and hopefully that solves the problem. But yeah, they are only giving us extra rewards now. Okay. Camera's not giving me the right angle that I want to actually see if this is in position. It's basically there, I think. There we go. Oh, perfect. It didn't look like it was going to go in perfectly then, as it did in the end. That's why I've not changed the crane camera. Thought I had. Oh, you found one by luck as well. Nice. Did you get the one that we got, or was it a different one that you got? Because you saw the one we got, didn't you? The sun is out, the sandstorm has stopped. That's a bonus. Right, come on. Come on, I just want to turn it a little bit at the back end. Wrong way. I want the back end to turn just a little bit. There we go. That's as much as it's going to go, isn't it? There we go. They don't have to be exact on board. I'm trying to make it so they're actually the weight is evenly distributed. Because in case we go over a rough corner, I don't want it toppling the vehicle over. I'm just trying to make sure the weight is evenly distributed as much as possible. Which means making sure these are kind of in line where possible. I wouldn't normally spend that much time, but I think with the sand dunes the way they are, it's very easy to topple a vehicle over if we're not careful. So I'd rather be sure they're distributed as much as we can. Too much. And I know I'm not brilliant with cranes, admittedly, which is why we do struggle a little bit with these. Come on. So close to being in the right place. Back end is a little bit high. I think that'd be okay though. I suppose time will tell. Cargo straps. Okay. This is either going to work or not work. I don't know which way this is going to go. So we need to get down to where the bridge is, which is a bit of a journey, admittedly. And we need to not mess up. Okay, so my thinking is we're going to follow the route actually we've made for the other vehicles. So before we get to our built road, we're going to head down here and go that way. That's my thinking. This is either going to go really well or really badly. And it's all going to depend on whether the Wayfarer is going to manage through some of these sandy parts. Let's see. Okay, so it's down here we're going to go. The only thing we've got to watch out for is other vehicles. So the other vehicle that's doing this route, they will not stop. They will just ram into us if we do not move out of their way. So obviously that potentially could be an issue because these roads aren't wide. And going off the road, you do tend to bog down like we just have there. It's a trailer bogging down because you went slightly off road. Plus the sand is quite deep here. Come on, the sun is out, let's make the most of it. You can all pick that as you have 3 once you get the one you saw I got. Nice. I thought it was 5 of them and 2 barrels in every map. There's different amounts then, is it? The Wayfarer's really struggling. The low gear help. I don't know if it's just the weight. But yeah, it's really struggling. Right, we're going to get out of the way as well because we're about to get hit. I'm near enough stuck as well. I'm not going anywhere. Yeah. Thanks for the push, but it's not helpful. Don't want to go backwards. Okay, that failed its route because we were in its way. Which wasn't a bad thing considering we were stuck. This Wayfarer just hasn't got anything. Okay, low gear definitely is needed. If anything, we're going to make this route harder to navigate for the AI, I think, the way this is looking, because we're just bogging down. Don't see what the problem is, other than the deep sand obviously and the weight on the back. Right, this next bit is a little bit better because it's concrete base, so that's a little bit better for us. We've got the sand dunes to go over yet as well that we saw. I'm not looking forward to that. Come on. Don't tell me you're stuck there. Come on. I've got nothing. I thought I'd give the Wayfarer a chance to prove itself, and that was probably a bad idea. Hang on, we've got some movement. We've got some movement. We're okay again. Yeah, remind me next time not to trust the Wayfarer. We're still going though. It's not over yet. I'm just going to stop there for something. Right, which way are we going? No, I'm not meant to go this way. I was meant to go straight. Okay, I got reversed. I was getting so excited about being able to do concrete slabs on the floor to use that actually we're not meant to go this way, and that will make life harder for us going that way, to be fair. We're going down that way. Although it's downhill, that should be a little bit easier to manoeuvre. The rocks at the bottom are going to potentially be a problem. Come on. Maybe off-road on the rocky bit may be better, actually. Right, we've got a bit of a road to navigate next, which may help. You're going to tell me you're stuck, aren't you? Sometimes when you're bogged down, spinning the tyres and then it sorts itself out. Sometimes that does nothing. Is that other tyre blocked by a tiny little rock? Does seem to be. Okay, we're definitely stuck. Right, what we do then, we're going to call in our rescue vehicle, which is the Minuteman K350 Rescue. This can at least tow them a little bit. I was trying so much to give the Wayfarer a chance. We're not going to tow them the whole way. We'll tow them until it moves on its own again, and then we'll let it go. See if it can do as much as it can. But yeah, we tried to let it do its thing, and it just, the Wayfarer's rubbish. I don't think 6 slabs is too much weight either for what it should be able to carry. I don't think that's too much weight. I think that should be absolutely fine. We've really ripped up this road though, which isn't good for any vehicles coming this way, which we'll get that route back up and running in a second. But yeah, it's, I don't know. And there's not a new one of these. There's no next version up, unfortunately. So it's not like we can then get a better version and it'll be better. Okay, winch is on. That's towing on. Let's see if we can pull this thing out. Maybe I should have put myself on the actual road bit. Will that help? Still not pulling it. I know there's weight on there, but I would have thought towing wise. Okay, let's go further forward and see if we're on the actual main road bit so we get more grip. Oh, we're too far away actually. I didn't know what the actual, how far we can be. I moved it a bit there. Towing on means they actually do try and go forward themselves at the same time. I want to be more. You can't, but the mobile garage, I can't. If we, you mean try and get it to go there? Yeah, it's useful on highways, isn't it? It needs road. Anything off road, it's just can't handle. If we summon it somewhere, I don't know what happens to the slabs. Crazy Irishman. That's the problem. It's the slabs. I don't quite know what happens to them. Can it winch? Can it? Okay. Yeah, but yeah, that's true. I suppose it's got more weight than this. Okay. Winch attack. One thing I will try quickly is pushing it. We've had some success previously of actually pushing something. So let's see if that helps first. What am I attached to? Because it may just be an easy little tap forward. That's true, it does have tracks, that's right, that's a good point. Yeah, it's not something we've ever really used, but it's a good point. I was thinking I didn't want to lose the what's on board, to be fair. Yeah, it's not going anywhere, is it? What about if I go backwards a bit? I haven't tried this. It may not work. Okay, winch there. Towing on. Why did it move to there with towing on? Yeah, towing on, which means it will go forward when I go forward. No. No, okay, I think you're right. Let's try that then. It's not something we've used the mobile base, to be fair. But if it's got a winch, it will help. We'll give it a go. It can't be that rock that's causing the problems, can it? So I thought, can I winch that rock out of the way? I don't think that's the only thing causing the problems, to be honest. Though, yeah, I can't get onto it. I was going to see if I can winch the actual rock, but I don't think that rock's causing that many problems, to be fair. Truck is bad, admittedly, you're right, it is bad. Okay. Instead of wasting more time, mobile base it is. As I say, this is something we've not used very much. It has tracks, which should help. It just isn't something we've used. This is the one where you can actually call vehicles to it, but it uses up your fuel. And we've never used any fuel as of yet. I also don't want to call the Wayfarer because obviously I don't know what happens to the goods in the back. But it does have a winch. And because it has a winch and tracks, there's a chance it will gain more traction than the scout vehicle. And because of that, we may be able to pull the Wayfarer out. It does seem like the Wayfarer was the bad decision. I should have just used two of the mules, 2 journeys, job done. Probably would have been better, but there we go. Trying to use all different vehicles and give different vehicles a chance. These things are going to happen, unfortunately. I just get bored of using the same vehicle over and over again. This thing's quite quick for what it is as well, isn't it? On tracks. Got a bit of speed to it. Okay, hopefully the winch can pull this out. But yeah, I think the Wayfarer, we've got to only use it when there's a main road to use it on. I think anything else is kind of pointless. Just trying to give it the benefit of the doubt. The winch is on the front, isn't it, as well, I think. No winch on the... Is it on the back or... I think it's on the front. Oh no, it has got a back winch. There we go. Can I put... Does it have towing mode? Yeah, towing mode. Oh, look at that! Straight out. Wow. Okay, I wasn't expecting to put it straight out, to be fair. That was straight out, though. Wow. Next time we need to pull a vehicle out somewhere, we know what to use. Do you know what? I'm just going to carry on pulling it, because until we reach the road, it's just going to keep getting stuck. Let's keep going. Wow. I wish I'd used this sooner now. I've never used this. We had it, I think, out once because it told us to. And they're saying that, oh, do they? Okay. Yeah, we've never used this vehicle. It just never was something we've actually thought about using. But that, the towing a vehicle out, is better than the rescue vehicle. Wow. Right, obviously parking this up on the side. We're going to change back to the Wayfarer so we can actually do its delivery. But yeah, that was incredible. That's something to remember. But also I think the tracks make a difference, don't they? The fact it's on tracks does make a massive difference. Right, let's quickly set this route back to going again as well, as there's no reason it shouldn't be going now. We were blocking it previously, we're not blocking it now. Right, this is our bridge. But yeah, Wayfarer only used on when there's roads, really. Unstrap. I just had a thought, am I going to actually get all this on there? So you're taken to. If I go any further, I'm going off, aren't I? No, actually, is it? Yeah, I'm going off. I need to reverse on for the other two, don't I? Or I go in the water. I can't even. Might need towing again. Yeah, we're going to tow it backwards. I was just going to go and throw it in the water. At least it'll take them on the way, but no. We need to tow it back because I've gone. The front wheels are over the edge now. I might actually nudge it rather than tow it back. I might just nudge it off. My only concern is if it gets stuck in the bridge. That could be a problem. I think I'm going to nudge it forward rather than tow it. Because then I've got to reverse in. I don't want to reverse in. Bridge is built. Okay, it's blocking it. And there was a complete bridge due to obstacles. Okay, I can't pull it backwards. Yeah. Yeah, I can't get it back over. Go on, full. Keep going. Keep going. Can't even fall down into the river properly, can it? Just want it to fall down into the river. Okay. We'll have to call it back to base. That's the only way there, really. I was hoping it'd just fall in the river. We'll leave it there till we want to use it again, but no. It won't even fall in the river correctly. Okay, retain. Thank you. Bridge is now complete. I need to move this off the bridge. as we actually have a vehicle to deliver on the other side. Reversing this isn't simple. There we go. Make sure you fire them after today. I will. Couldn't even fall off a bridge properly. How bad is that? It wasn't a difficult task. It was just a case of fall off the bridge. And the bridge can be made. Okay, this can stay there for the minute. Okay, mission-wise, we need to supply the steel mill with required machinery, which is the truck that's here. So we'll take that to the steel mill now. I don't know what vehicle this is actually. What are we driving? Look like a tank thing by the looks of things. It's got a winch and everything. Oh, it's on tracks. Look at that. We've not got one of these ourselves, so this is new for us. I'd happily have one of these though on tracks. Just got to deliver the vehicle to the steel mill. That'll also open up the steel mill as well. I'm guessing this is a scout vehicle, to be fair. It looks that way. Got a bit of speed to when you get going. So this is all new round here. We've not seen any of this yet. We'll see what obstacles we have. Okay. Good old junction. I guess we take the right-hand route. Left, I think, will take us to the town. Right might take us to where we're going, or straight. I'm thinking right, to be fair. It is very nippy. We'll have to fix the other bridge at some point as well. Flies through the sand dunes as if they're not even there. It just flattens them. We still need to test the dozer on the sand dunes as well. See if it will move them. I think it will. That's another pumping station there by the looks of things. Yeah, water pumping station there. I'm kind of using this to explore as well as get to where we're going. So that's the other broken down bridge. Okay, I think we turn left here and we'll be where we're going, to be fair. Although that's up there and we're down here. Alright, a few rocks blocking the route. Tracked vehicles in the desert definitely are the way forward. But yeah, I guess this is a scout vehicle we've yet to unlock, would be my guess. I don't think it's anything else. Right, we found the steel mill. Tracks do seem, well, especially on this map they do, absolutely. Oh, we now need to do a route, don't we? I forgot about this. Now we've got there ourselves, we need to do a route as well. From the repair shop to there. I completely forgot this needed this. This is for the same mission as well. So we come out of here. Right, that's going to be too tight. We're basically going to send it the same way we went and hope for no issues. We also need to get to that other town. Tiffle, I think it was called. So we'll send a scout vehicle that way in a second. Whilst this is doing its thing. So there is a straight route that way, which I don't know if that's going to be easy to navigate, you know. Rather than the rocky bit there, would this be easier to navigate? Obviously, there's a potential issue here. It does seem quite flat and normal, bit sandy. Rocks, what rocks, exactly. I'm hoping the vehicles that it's sending are going to be tracked as well. Well, I bet they're not. I bet they're not, just to annoy us. But let's see if we can get through here. It's the rocks that could possibly mess us up. If anything's going to screw the journey, it'll be the rocks. Okay. Follow our own tracks up here. Oh no, hang on, I've gone the wrong way. Or did we go the wrong way? Where did I just come in? Have I just messed this up somewhere? We came this way. Oh, we went up there, didn't we? Okay, we came in that way. Is there another way in? This side? Not easily. So actually, sending it this way isn't quicker because we need to go up there anyway. I thought we drove over them rocks that were there. No, it was those ones we drove over. Okay. I still think you can do it this way. Potentially. I don't know. It may get stuck. If it does, we may have to rethink this and go the other way. Where are we going to? Around there. Yeah, I'm not too sure how well this route's going to do. But we shall see. Right, the other objective is to go to urgent help to Tifletown. We just need to reach that location. So for that, we've got our rescue vehicle, which isn't too far away. If I can get out of the sand that's stuck in. If I take the handbrake off, it will help. We'll head to the bridge, and then hopefully from there go to Tifletown. I now want a scout vehicle with tracks, because it does make a massive difference. Where's all the sunshine gone? We had sunshine not too long ago, now it's all sandstormy. There's their first truck going. I'm hoping the route works first time and we get away with it, but I'm not sure. We'll see what it does. I may have been better off staying on the main roadway, but there is a route through the middle. So far though, they seem to be going the way we want them to. Right, we're veering off left. We're looking for... Whoa! What was that? I don't know what that was. We got a trophy for it. Can I get myself out of it? Yeah, I don't know what caused that in the slightest. Not that bad. I just thought I'm actually going to save that. Save the last 5 minutes. As I say, I don't know what happened. We got before anything. What's the trophy we achieved for that? Because we got a trophy for it. I'm curious to what that is first. But something wasn't right. Freefall 15 meters in a single leap. The trophy's called Time to Think, and it is from free falling 15 meters. Well, we didn't free fall, we kind of jumped. Yeah, I need to winch or something, don't I? I got anything I can winch to? Yeah. Pull winch. Well, we're alive. The vehicle is intact and working, but yeah, God knows what happened there. Well, we've achieved the trophy. Free fall 15 meters. From Time to Think. Yeah. Okay. Not too sure what happened, but we'll take it. The vehicles failed, didn't they? Let's quickly check where they failed. Okay, the rocks here causing the issue. We kind of thought they might. Got all the way there though before there was any problems. I may have to add another point in here and go round them maybe. See what the hell that does. It's a big rock, isn't it? We'll cancel that in a second. If we add in another point here and then one there, I don't know how easy they'll be able to navigate round. Let's see. It's a big old rock. Although the more they bump into it, the more it's going to move, to be fair. That's it. Now it's got a completely different pathway. Although it's getting round it okay. It's moved it right into the route though we just did. Annoyingly. There you go, vehicle stuck on it. It's because it moved the rock right into the route we just did. So now we can move this way. And this slightly over to the left. I'm hoping it will miss it. Go! Come on. Will it miss it? Yeah, it's a little bit jumpy, but it's there. Right, Tiffletown. Where are we heading? Straight ahead of where we are by the looks of things. Keep the other mission on just so I can see, have a look at the route quickly. Is this a junction? There's obviously something that way. That's a steep climb though, isn't it? Let's follow the road, which is more to the right. Route failed. Needs maintenance. That's a vehicle on its roof. How did that happen? Must have just gone too fast with the dunes maybe, but seems to be okay now. That was the bit we was concerned about, was that bit there, to be fair. So as long as they make that, we're all good. I think we're all good. Leave them to it. Let's go. Looking for Tiffletown. These roads aren't too bad. There's a lot of rocks, but other than that, they're not too bad to actually go down. There's something missing electricity here. Coming up on our left. So that's going to be us laying laying cable at some point, isn't it? The power line, so yeah, I'm guessing we'll have to lay cable at some point. What's on our right? Sand quarry to our right as well. We need to activate that one though when we want to use it, which will cost us money. I got that when that happened to you in a second. I landed on the cliff and it became a vehicle. Oh really? Wow. Yeah, it's the first time I've had something like that happen, to be fair. I'm guessing that's Tiffletown.
Looking at you driving up to that town really gets me thinking. You won't be staying there long at all, but something you build will remain, even if it's just the roads. That's a nice thing to leave behind, knowing it was yours.
Okay. Knowing it was ours. We're not quite there, we've got to go there. There's going to be a lot of power, I think, doing over here by the looks of things. Ah, route complete. Oh no, that's not the right one. But that one's still going. We've got to build a road. That's why she was saying a road would survive long after we're gone.
I know you're not exactly holding your breath to hear this, but we have a shiny new transformer sitting at the steel beams facility. It's just waiting to be installed at the substation near the collapsed power
Oh, the
line.
other one's done as well.
And
Okay,
while
so
you're
both
at it,
jobs are done.
bring a container of materials with you. They'll come in handy soon enough. Always do.
So both missions completed at the same time. Tifletown we've now arrived at, and also the route we sent to the steel beams facility and steel pipes facility, that also completed at the same time. So now we have new missions. Restore the collapsed power line near the steel mill. So we've got to deliver the object from there to there, and this object from there to there. Okay, so 2 objects need moving, both of those 2. And new side mission is we have to build a road in Tifletown. Let's go on to it here. Yeah. Oh, it wants 2 roads. He wants 2 roads. One road to there, and one road from here to here as well. So that wants 2 roads. This is where we either call in the vehicles using the mobile base, or we hope there's a base we can open up here in Tifletown, to be fair. How big are these items? Don't look too big, to be fair. I'm wondering if the mule can do it in 2 journeys, is what I'm thinking. And how do we get up to there is the question. Oh, it's just around there, actually. So we're not taking them far, these items. Whereas the road, we need 4 different vehicles over here for the road. That's why it takes a little bit longer to do. It doesn't seem to be a base that we're going to open up anytime soon, though, annoyingly. This is a petrol station, a perfect base. It's not going to give it to us, though, is it? We could carry on driving around and hope we come across some base. Mobile base, I think, is going to be a best bet. That's 4 vehicles, though. Yeah, vehicle transport or mobile garage, I think, is the only way forward, isn't it? That's 4 vehicles we're going to have to call. We've not had to do that before. Saying that, though, the sand truck we can drive over. That won't need calling over, to be fair. Right, what do we do first? Let's do roads first. They both need doing. To activate the sand quarry, what do we need? 10 fuel. Oh wow, okay, that's different. That's going to change our minds. We need 10 fuel to activate the sand quarry for the roads. So that changes things. I've only got 15 in total. I definitely don't want to call them over if that's going to cost us that. We need a base. That's what we need. We need a base nearby. 10. I'll leave us with 5. I don't want to risk that at this point. I think let's go and grab our mule, and we'll get these both done, and then we'll decide from there, I think. We haven't used the mule yet on this map, actually. The one vehicle we normally use all the time, we haven't used it. Until now. It saves us taking the crane all the way over, to be fair. We need a garage over there, that's what we need. I bet there is one over there, we just haven't unlocked it yet. But we haven't found it either. But that's what we need a garage. As I say, the sand can go over in the dump truck. So that won't cost us anything. But it's the other 3 vehicles that will cost us. We could drive the dozers. Yeah, we could drive the Dover. Yeah, we could put them on the transport, to be fair. You're right. I think transport would be probably the way forward. I'm throwing the mule around a bit here. Where are you stuck? I've beached myself on a rock. There we go. As we throw it down the hill. Yeah, I think we'll have to use the heavy transport to take the dozer, the roller and the asphalt on that, like you say. I think that's probably our best shout. And then we don't use any fuel, especially 10 fuel. That's mad. What I'm going to wait, we're going to do this first bit first though, transport the materials first, because it may actually show us a base somewhere once this job is done. If more things on the map open up, we might find a second base that's slightly closer. So we'll hold off for a minute anyway. But yeah, 10 fuel to open up a quarry. They don't need roads. I'm sure they don't need them. It's not like it's a busy town. Right, let's be careful coming off this bridge and really see what happens to vehicles. Nope, nothing this time. That was weird the first time. Extremely weird. Right. This was the route the other vehicles took, wasn't it? On the map, it looked like there was another way up and down. So let's see if it's usable. Because if it is, obviously, that will save us a little bit trying to get these delivered. How usable that it is. It's a little like slope. We'll have to do 2 journeys. Obviously, we're not going to get both things in one. But just doing this in 2 journeys is still quicker than doing a crane over and another vehicle over. May have some issues with rocks over there.
Hey, is it just me? Or is there a way through that crumbled wall? I don't think anybody would mind if we used it as a little shortcut, would they? Then again, even if the ingrates would, we'll be long gone by the time they notice.
What? There's a way to get... There's a wall, a crumbled wall, but it won't come up as a mission. Just giving us a tip. There's a crumbled wall that we can use as a shortcut. Where is the crumbled wall? That's my thinking. And where would the shortcut take us to? Is the other thinking. It was as we came up this slope, wasn't it? Does she mean there? Ah, there used to be a bridge here as well. By the looks of things. Interestingly. Yeah, I'm not too sure what she means by shortcut and crumbled wall. That's something to think about while we're here, isn't it? Can't... That would provide a shortcut. I'm not sure what she means. There's obviously something here that we can do. But I don't quite know what she means. We've had this before though. She gives us like a cryptic message. And then it's figuring out what it is. You reckon behind us? Hang on. I can't do it while I've got this up. Right, this won't perfectly fit, I don't think. I think it will kind of hang on the sides. I think last time we did one of these, it was very weighty on the back. slightly left. Strap cargo, there we go. We're very back heavy. I don't know, to be fair. I don't know if that would, because we just came through the fence. You know, I suppose you could be on about that. This may fall over. It's very top heavy. We have transported one of these like this before, but there's quite a lot of rocks this way. So this may fall over. I'm saying it now before he does it. Yeah, navigate those rocks. If it falls over, then we'll try and bring a crane over. It's just left hand side, there we go, it's going. As long as it stays, engine stays running, we're okay. May need to move this so it's not so left hand heavy. Okay, back upright again. I can move it across a little bit to the left. I don't know if that's going to help massively. Although saying that, why don't I crane out, try and counterbalance it with the crane. We try and counterbalance this a little bit with the crane. Yeah, crane out like that may counterbalance it to a degree. To be very careful. Say we have delivered one of these like this before. Just not simple. I need to change the camera. And having rocks around doesn't help. No. No, wrong button. I've taken the straps off the cargo when I didn't mean to. What I meant to do was put the anchors down. I think I just made this a lot worse. Should have brought the bigger vehicle over. Trying to put anchors down to kind of put us on an even base. Could have made things a lot worse, I think. I should have just done the big vehicle rather than the mule. The mule's normally our go-to for these kind of things. I'm on the anchors now. I think I am. Anchors up. Anchors up. Anchors up. Okay, we should be even now. Don't tip. Right, we've got it on the crane for a second. There's no way we'd be able to carry it on the crane. No! Don't. I'm trying to turn it. trying to go that way, but I can't. Come on. I may have messed this up massively, and we may need to get a different vehicle, because it hasn't gone to plan at all. Can't do anything with this either, because it's getting stuck on the rock the whole time. I need it to kind of come off the vehicle, really. That's anchors. If I can get it off the vehicle, I can manoeuvre the vehicle in the right place. The problem is, I can't get the vehicle. Okay. I'll put it down. Okay, we're back. So now we're back on a stable base again. Obviously we haven't picked it up. Don't do that. There we go. Right, we're okay again. Get the explosives out. Well, if they want this in one piece, they may need to go and get someone else. Actually, it's not a bad shout. I've just had a thought. Rather than having this try and keep this straight, why don't we have it sideways? So the weight is distributed against the whole of the back, rather than trying to get it so it fits evenly. Let's have the weight distributed across the whole of the back instead. If we go down there, I don't want it more one way than the other, that's the only thing. Come on. Oh, just saved it. Okay, so there is not a good position, it will just fall off the back. We are on a slope, to be fair. That's not helpful. Further that way. I can't get it any further that way. I can't strap it quick enough. Ricardo, good morning, how are you? You get a job? Why do I need a job? I'm medically retired. Ricardo, how about you? If that's an insult, then you need to think of a new insult. How do you know I don't work in the afternoons? How do you know I don't work at night? The minute I let go of this, we're going... I'm leaving it on the crane and hoping... I don't need to work, I'm medically retired. I'm very lucky in the fact that I don't actually have to go to work. Hence doing YouTube for the last nearly 5 years for fun. Okay, I've got it on the crane. The crane is holding it on just about, although I'm about to fall over. Just trying to see where we're going to go. Okay, we're going to kind of go round here. Next time I say let's move a transformer with the mule, tell me no, because that was a bad decision. Okay, there is a failure on one of the routes. We need to have a look at that in a minute, but let's deal with this first and foremost. We're nearly there as well. So nearly there. Yeah, when it's a transformer, no. It's the second time I've used the mule for a transformer, and the first time was easy. This time, not so much. Oh, look, we've got to get right in the middle there as well. The other thing's just a box. It'll be easy to carry. But yeah, no more transformers on the mule. Although saying that, we have made it. I can't really say how we made it, but we have. I just need to double check something because I've got a feeling that's what's happened. No, okay. But yeah, good morning to you, Ricardo. Hope you're well. Hope you had a good week so far. The mule, although we had moments, we definitely had moments, we made it. I might not be close enough, to be fair, to get it in. I'm not close enough, am I? I've got the anchors down. I may tip over. I knew I might tip the minute I take the anchors off, but I was just trying to get it closer. There we go. I'd like to get it near enough in position ourselves before we actually press the button to get it accepted. And we're near enough there. There we go. That was a nightmare, but we did it. Right, there's one box to bring over, and again, the box should be simple. I did say that before. Where is the route that's failed? Repair shop to concrete slabs. How many are left to deliver? Oh, we've only got a couple more left to do. Put it down before you move. I know I should have done. One of them's gone off the road for some reason there. Not too sure why that failed. Send it again. Right, so we just need to go and pick up the other box. And then bring that here as well. And that is job done. And I'm assuming this will then generate power? Or is that going to be for the bridge? Because there used to be a bridge there. Although it looks like one hell of a slope. More than a bridge, to be fair. I don't know. It's going too much of an angle to be a bridge, surely. But I mean, from the top, it looks like the remains of one. Well, persevered. We've got the transformer there, but yeah, not again. Not doing that again. That's why the mule though is so good. It just keeps going. You know, we really had some problems there, but the mule kept going. It got it done in the end. This is why we like the mule so much. No matter what you throw at it, it does manage it somehow. So do we think that when she was talking about a gap and we could just go through and use a shortcut, do we think she meant that little hole there? Because if she did, it seems a bit weird, but she might have meant it. Right, this is our box that we just need to pick up. At least this one's nice and easy. Give the mule credit. Absolutely give the mule credit. The mule definitely deserves the credit for what he just did, what we put it through. Cargo's in. Yeah, but that's one hell of an angle. If we look at the map, we're talking potential. A bridge was here, so bridge from there directly down to there. It just seems too steep. It doesn't mean it's not doable. It just seems very, very steep. But yeah, we think when she was saying about it, you don't think... Yeah, possibly, most likely, not definitely. Vision unlock. I really enjoyed what you were saying. Do you think it's this? Maybe. Maybe not. I'm not sure. I don't know. Yes, no, maybe. I like it. Is Ricardo still here, or has he disappeared after his comment? I kind of want him to stay. I want a conversation. If he's not here, then it's say what he says, get a job. I get where he's coming from. He obviously doesn't like people streaming, not working during the working day. But at the same time, you don't know the person's circumstances. You know, I am very lucky. But for me to be very lucky, I go through a hell of a lot of pain every day because of the circumstances of being medically retired. You know. I just wish people gave people the benefit of the doubt more. You know, or ask questions at least. I'm more than happy to talk about myself, what's happened, everything. But just talk to people rather than jump to conclusions. Right, we're here. I didn't take long. That was a little bit better journey. Let's deliver our box. And that's another job done. There was another route failed. We'll have a look at that in a second. If we've got all the rewards, we won't bother redoing the route. There's no point. There's still rewards to gain. They will do it. There we go. Box delivered. We need to complete this ourselves. Open that up. The steel beams facility will be restored for doing this. Plus XP and money. There we go. Oh, he's given us a vehicle, I think. The Tuz 303 Carolean. We've got a new vehicle. And it's got tracks. A little something, you know, for the effort. Look at that. We have a brand new vehicle for the effort.
Oh, jeez. I think I jinxed it. Long story short, I want you to keep scratching their backs till they can bring production back online. They only need a small favor, you know.
I was directed at me, Patrick.
Parts and resources they need to get going. Think you can deliver it? Pretty please.
Of course. You don't need to explain yourself. No, I completely agree. People shouldn't need to explain themselves. Completely agree. But I also don't mind someone coming in and saying, "How come you're streaming our work?" You know, more than happy to talk about it. I know you shouldn't have to, but I'd rather talk about it than some people jump to conclusions. Oh, absolutely, Patrick. I'm not worried about it in the slightest. It bugs me when people act like that. That's all it is. And I'd rather have a conversation with them and deal with it that way. Okay, we've got a new vehicle. This vehicle here, a brand new vehicle with tracks. The Carolean, the rusty. This is only the rusty version as well. We'll have to go to the shop and see how much the normal version is then. It's got a winch, terrain scanner, and object scanner, as the other scouts do as well. He isn't capable of conversation. Maybe not, but you know, I like the try. Okay, we still have 2 roads to build. We'll provide enough resources to the steel mill to revive production. We need to bring 3 concrete slabs to the steel mill and set a route. The concrete slabs we can bring across, that's easy peasy. Let's have a look at this one. This one still needs doing. Has it failed again? What is going on over there? The route. Where is the route going to and from? So we're taking it from the northern tunnel, which is where resources are going to come from, and it's going to carry one steel pipe per truck. Now, I think that's probably not a bad route, actually, to be fair. It looks worse than what it is, but as long as I go past the sandy bit, I think this is easily doable. I say that already. The only issue is rocks, obviously. We may have a couple of issues with the rocks here. But if we go up the hill, the other one goes up. I think this will be a fairly simple journey. So we'll just need to go and get our... where are we going? Oh, straight. Hang on. It's going over there. We'll need to go and get them 3 slabs. Although... The annoying thing is, if we had a base closer, it'd be a lot easier because the slabs we've got them in storage. But we can get that route underway. Hopefully there's no issues. There might be. We need three slabs then. We put... Yeah, I'd rather... Yeah, when people put... Thank you for the like, Lord. That's appreciated. When someone puts a dislike, I would rather we have a conversation about it. But what people don't understand, a dislike is just as good as a like. People think it actually means something, but no one sees it bar the person whose channel it is. And even then, you've got to really look for it to find it. Also, it actually helps the channel because it's engagement. If you don't like what you're watching, you're better off leaving and not watching it. That's worse for the channel than staying and putting a dislike, to be fair. But people don't realise that when they changed the rules on dislikes, they can't be seen anymore. It changed so much more than people knew. That's the thing. Right, so we've got the route going. We need to pick a vehicle and bring these across. We will get to the road. My concern is I don't want to use all my stuff. I want a base. If we have a base over here somewhere, this will be simple. And that's what I'm kind of hoping still shows up. So, in our garage, we need a vehicle capable of carrying 3 lots of steel beams. Steel beams? No, concrete slabs. We have them in storage. There's our new vehicle, the Tuz 303 Carolean. What do we want to use? I'm trying to think. What do we want to use to carry these things? Do you know what? Let's use the Greenway 740 Cross. It doesn't need a crane on it because it won't be unloading. It will just be taking them there. It says bring the mule back here to pick them up to go again. Plus, it's got big wheels, so I'm hoping with the sand it'll be okay. Right, storage. We want 3 concrete slabs, and then we can load them using our mobile crane that's still here. Was that a road failed? Was it? Okay. Which one failed? Is it the new one? Ah, it was the new one. Why did the truck end up all the way over there? I love how... Oh, okay, it's gone too wide here. And there's a rock there. Will it make it? It's going. But yeah, it went too wide. It's down to this one being a little bit too wide. The other truck can't start either because of it. It'll cancel in a second. We move this one slightly in. I think that'll solve the issue. Yeah. So if we bring this one slightly in, obviously there is a rock there to watch out for. That may solve that. Come on, you make it past that rock. Go. It made it. If it fails again, we need to move this one further left. I made it take that really wide, didn't I? We good? I think we're good. Yeah, we're good. We're okay. Right, let's grab these slabs then get these loaded up. I say it's nice to use a different vehicle rather than use the same one all the time. That failed again. What did it fail on this time? Bear with me, I've got someone at the door. Give me 2 seconds. I really need to buy a Ring doorbell, so when someone delivers something, I can just say, yeah, check it out and I'll grab it in a second. Saves me getting up all the time. Oh, now I've got to get comfortable again. I will say the back brace I purchased is helping massively. Right, where did we fail this time then? We go further left here. I'm going to bring this in a little bit as well. Must have been the last truck failed, I'm guessing. The more they go, the more these rocks will be moved out of the way, to be fair. So it shouldn't be too much of an issue. First truck, easy. Second truck. It can move stones out of the way, exactly. And potentially sand as well. Where's the third? Oh, the third, look at the size of the third truck. That could be why it's getting stuck. I didn't know the third truck was a Wayfarer. Yeah, that's why it's getting stuck, because it's a useless vehicle. Right, there's a big rock right in the road there. That's not movable by the looks of things. Yeah, that's why it's failing. Because they're using a Wayfarer to try and get flipping up there. Although, I think it skipped it. Yeah. Although I don't make that route. It's actually skipped that bit because the rest of them were up here when it failed. It's started them a lot higher up. Okay, back to what we're doing then. Now it's working again. Okay. First slab in. See how the sand is building up from the sandstorms on the vehicles. This crane covered. Yeah, well, we finally ordered new sofas that includes a sofa bed because obviously I can't use the stairs. And the sofa that I was sleeping on had it. And when they delivered them, they were damaged. So I'm going to wait for new material to come in for them to come and fix them. Annoyingly. And I've just realised what the delivery was is the material. The problem is I've not booked the appointment for them to come and fix it. Kept meaning to and never got round to it. So now I need to organise that this afternoon. Right, number 2 done. Let's get the third one. And then we can get on our way. I didn't realise how bad I just loaded that last one, to be fair. Although actually, I think that'd be fine. Because we want to distribute the weight, that might not actually be as bad as it looks, because this one we want to balance kind of on the back end to distribute the weight a bit better. I don't want it flat. So what we need to do is bring that in. There. That wasn't my plan because that way the weight is better distributed. And either way it will still strap. But I think the weight will be a lot better that way. Right, let's go. Let's see if this 6-wheeled vehicle is better than the Wayfarer. Although it has only got half the load the Wayfarer had, to be fair. I'm going the wrong way, aren't I? I am. I did need to turn left there, not right. But yeah, we can also see if it flattens the dunes. Because we were saying about the dozer, weren't we? We weren't sure if we can. When we get to them sand dunes, we'll put it down and see if it does anything. The only downside of this vehicle is its turning circle is horrendous. But other than that, it's actually a really good upgrade that we got a while back now. and it managed quite well on previous conditions. Obviously sand is a new one, and we are finding some vehicles that don't work really well in sand. Tracks obviously work well in everything, it seems. Yeah, some vehicles that have been good elsewhere are not good on sand. Unless you're the mule. The mule's just brilliant. The mule reminds me of the Fleet Star in SnowRunner. That's what the mule reminds me of. Out of the way of the other vehicle, because they're going to hit us otherwise. Come on. You keep coming. I'll get round you. Right. This is the bit that messed a few vehicles up. But the rocks have all been scattered by vehicles using this route, to be fair. And so far, this vehicle hasn't put a step wrong. Right, these are the dunes we were talking about that show up on the map. Now, let's just see if we can do anything with these. I don't know if this will work, but I'm curious. Has to be a manual for us to do anything. Might be low enough, not sure. It does, look. I think we can move them. It's moved a bit of it. So I think the dozer will move natural sand. That was a test, just to see if we can move the sand that's already on the map. So that means if there's a road that we're struggling with, we can use a dozer or this to move the sand and flatten it on the road. Repair shop and concrete. Which one's that? This one here. There's still... Why are they crashing off the road there? That's weird. Unless two vehicles are going at the same time. That seems a bit weird to be crashing there. But yeah, so at least now we know we can flatten sand that's already on the map. Which is something we weren't sure of, but actually now means we can utilise if need be. This thing also, I wish I had a crane, because this thing is immense the way it drives. And my driving isn't the best by far. But this thing just seems to handle it. Right, we'll go straight, we'll follow the same route. We're going to take this to... This ain't no tracked objective. Did I turn off the objective track? So our route made it already. It is just the slabs that need delivering now. And we're taking these to... Where am I actually taking them to? Oh, not the place the pipes went to then. Okay. I weren't sure if it's the same place as the pipes. But it's not. The pipes went all the way to the top. The pipe route anyway. So that hump there, in theory, we can flatten that out. By the looks of things. Keep thinking we need to get that road built. Hang on. It's because I've turned the map, I weren't sure. No, right. We'll see what the next mission is after this, because this one will be done in a minute. And then, whatever it is, we'll then see if we do the road next for Tiffin Town. It's going to cost us 10 fuel though for these sands. I might wish I'd gone the other way in a minute. Really put this thing through its paces. Although saying that, we've got the perfect thing. If this needs towing, we actually have got the perfect tow vehicle sitting up here in that new scout vehicle we just gained with the tracks. And I thought the Malamute was good. I think that might be even better. And the delivery. So now delivery is just over here. I don't think I need to unload. I think it'll be an automatic unload. We shall see though. Straps off through this debris. All three. We can now go onto the map and complete this task. I'm saying one now. Oh, because I didn't. Do you know why I didn't put the handbrake on? I need to line it up so it shows all three at the same time. Like that. There we go. Open that up. We can confirm route complete plus 3 concrete slabs, and this will be the steel pipes facility back up and running as well. Another objective complete. Oh, there is a base, a river base. Goal complete. Pick up the pieces. The first stage has been complete of SandSwept.
Believe it or not, this whole area used to be green as lettuce. In the
Wow.
environmentally conscious sense. It was running off a solar power station.
Oh, okay. Not full of trees.
Threw a spanner in the works, but I cling to the hope that the panels are just dirty. Could you drop by and check it for damage? Also, looks like we need an operations base close to the port.
We do.
Find a good spot somewhere on the river, then... Sorry. It's just the usual list of wants from the local authorities. Boring. But nothing you can't handle, right?
That river base, I think, will be closer to where we need to do that road as well. So that will help us in terms of bringing the stuff over to there. You think every vehicle has its own speciality? It does seem to be fair. Like I say, this vehicle here that we're just using is incredible. As you saw it, you know, it came up the slopes absolutely fine. If it had a crane, it'd be so much better. Right, we've got to find out what happened at the solar station. That's somewhere we've not been to. That's over this side of the map as well. We have got a new scout vehicle for that, to be fair. And set up river base. River base is going to be over here somewhere. I think that's closer, which will help us with the roads we need to build. I think that will be closer, especially if we just chuck the asphalt and the other one on the back of a truck. To reach the location, that's river base there. We've got a new side objective. We know about the roads. Repair the oil station. Where's that? Ah, okay. So maybe we should do that first, as we're closer to that, as we are now. Roller was the one I couldn't think of. So this road here that needs making, we are actually already quite close to it. Obviously, base here. Our actual stuff is here. So maybe this makes sense to be done first. Before we even think about trying to get stuff over the other side, I think that makes more sense. Because of where it is. I know it's only just come on as a mission, but I think that makes the most sense. Rather than drag everything away to bring it all the way back here again. We have got quite a lot of money now as well. We might have to look at upgrading some of our equipment, I think. So yeah, road here. Garage, dumper truck. One thing to check actually. Oh, it is within the sand. Okay, it's within the sand quarry. Doesn't need activating either. So that's even better then. I weren't sure if the sand quarry would be available from there. Right, so let's do that road first. How long we got? Half an hour. Road first, and then we will go across the other side and find the base. Leave the roads until we've got the base activated, I think, as well, just to make our life a little bit easier. So this is our big one. How much would it cost to upgrade it, I wonder? Yeah, you always do things on the way or nearby. It makes more sense to do things that are closer to where our vehicles are already. We did upgrade our smaller tipper, but we tend to use the bigger tipper when we can. Baycal 65. How much does a new one cost? We've got the money. We've got to start upgrading some equipment, really. Ignore DLC. I'm not touching DLC stuff. Cable layout. There's the scout we just unlocked. And the upgraded version is 39,400. New tree harvester, light equipment. Heavy dump truck. 36,000 for a new one. Let's do it. Yeah, 36,000 for a brand new dump truck. So we'll upgrade our dump truck then. Will this still pour sand out the back when you're not moving? Because occasionally it does. Ah, Northern Tunnel failed. Let's have a quick look at that. I don't know how many rewards were still. 4 more rewards still for that one. Took the corner too quick looking at that. Save the dispatch again, see what happens. It made it fine the first time. Sometimes, you know, these things do go wrong. It's still coming out the back. They've got to fix that. For some reason, the back doesn't shut properly on these vehicles, dump trucks, and every time sand comes out. We'll do what we normally do. We'll put the sand to do it automatically once we're in place, and then we'll bring the other vehicles and do their bits ourselves. The sand's the only thing we set up to do automatically, just because it can be being done while we're bringing other stuff over.
See that tangle of pipes over there? Believe it or not, it's the beating heart of the local oil industry. And it needs our help. Nothing fancy either. Just plot a route for spare parts delivery and fix their leaky pipes. Should be easy enough for you.
So there's a load of pipes needed there as well. So that's a new mission by looks of things. Although, not according to that. There's no... Is that a crane? That is a big crane. That just come up. She's just come up and said about pipes. I'm guessing that's pumping station. Oil pumps. I think they're extra missions that don't come up as proper missions. They're not going to come as objectives, but to do them, you do get rewards. So although we've 100% in previous maps, I wonder if we go back to infrastructure, whether there's pipes and stuff we haven't done. Because I've got a feeling there is. Have you gone wide again? Okay, so this is too tight then, isn't it? Turning. I've made it so the turning's too tight. If they're going off-road there. But yeah, I wonder if there are a load of missions we've missed then. And not on purpose, obviously, but it just seems weird that she's coming up and saying these pipes need doing. And that's the only thing I can think of is that, really. Right, upgraded dozer is... I forgot we got that one as well. Deploy. So yeah, I wonder if there are more. So it does give some replayability. We know we've got to go back and look for toys and these barrels, but there's definitely a big load of replayability when it comes to the extra little bits that we may not have done. You know, with 100% every map so far, the 4 maps we've finished. But in doing so, we've done the main and side objectives. We've done things on the infrastructure, but not really focused on them missions because they don't count when it comes to percentage and the map being done. But it does mean there is something to go back and do at some point. Especially as we gain new vehicles as well. Right, let's flatten this down. This is a bit of a wayward kind of road, this one. We'll do 2 journeys as we always do. It actually ends up widening the road if you go half on one side, I've noticed. The low gear is also on, but yet we've got some speed going. We've caught up. We've actually, for the first time, we've managed to catch up with the sand being put down. Normally we don't catch it up, it's normally done before we get there. Right, let's quickly check this route that's failed. We're still having issues there, isn't it? Okay. Don't know what is going on between some of these. I can't. Where's my point there? So move a little bit more left. There are still rewards to be gained, not many, but a few. So we want to keep them routes going while there's still rewards to be gained. See our money and the XP up slowly because of it. Right, one done. We'll go back again because we're widening it by going in the middle rather than by going to the side rather than the middle. It is actually making it wider. And a wide road is always better. They're pushing it down to the side of it a lot more. Can't go too far because it then messes around, but does it to a degree and makes it a little bit wider. We'll asphalt twice anyway, and it does make it so we can pass a little bit easier if there's other vehicles around, essentially. Rather than having to lay sand, we did it ourselves. We laid sand on. Is it Sunken? I think we laid... No, on Incommunicator, we laid sand ourselves. Second time round to make it wider, which actually wasn't needed in the end. We could have done that instead. Okay, Dozer's job is done. Next vehicle that's needed is asphalt. I think we've got the upgraded version, if I remember correctly. We have indeed. We'll drive that there ourselves. It's not as if we've got far to go, to be fair. You've been playing Construction Simulator Crazy Iceman, haven't you? The bit I've seen, you actually have to load the asphalt in one of these yourself, don't you? On that, whereas this has an infinite amount of asphalt on board. From what I've seen from been told about on Construction Simulator, you actually have to put it in yourself, which is quite cool. Another layer of realism, essentially. Not the fastest thing, well, but luckily we don't have far to go. How is he going to fare on the sand? I think it's tracked. It is tracked. Can't quite see them, but it is tracked. So it shouldn't get too stuck. Okay, we'll go to one side first and then come back on the other side. As I say, it's a way of trying to make this wider without having to do it manually and lay a second load of sand. Just going to make sure we're not on too far on the edge, because it won't like it if we're too far over and it's kind of a slope. It's still counting it as a bit complete though, strangely. I thought it would be too far over. This bit might be. Yeah, that bit made that bit quite wide there by the looks of things. Okay. Didn't mess up that bit there. Try that bit again. So it's all about just making it as wide as possible, so if we have to pass vehicles on our roads, it's a little bit easier to pass them. This thing can have a mind of its own though sometimes. Come on, nearly there. And then turn it around and go back again, and then it's a roller's turn, and that'll be road complete. And then we'll jump into our new scout vehicle to have a look what the other things are after. Did not go to plan that last bit, did it? Didn't like something out, threw us off completely. think it's the gradient. We got there at the end. Can we do it? We can actually lay asphalt backwards. I did not know that. Yeah, I can actually. Okay, that destroys the realism a little bit, doesn't it? You can actually lay asphalt backwards. That's not right, surely. Right, we'll head back more on the left-hand side this time. Yeah, definitely widen this at least. Where does that speed come from? I'll just put low gear on to slow us down. Sometimes you get a big burst of speed from nowhere. I prefer not to have it. Okay, we're getting there. How about the people in Tiffeltown? Oh, hang on, we asked for roads first. Why not us? Because we're too far away. Currently. That will change shortly though. Yeah, definitely going to be quite a wide road come the end of it. So, doesn't like this corner. It's a bit of a hill here and I don't think it's liking it as much. There we go. I'm keeping it in low gear, which probably doesn't help, but I'm trying to take the speed away. Turn it off for a minute. No, low gear actually I think helps it. I'll straighten it up. There we go. This does have a mind of its own sometimes, but generally you can keep it under control to a degree. That burst of speed out of nowhere. Too far over. Just going to struggle on the slope. Yeah. Gone too far to one side and he didn't like it. Now I know we can actually asphalt backwards. I don't really need to go too far because it'll do it automatically. Okay. Asphalt done. Roller time and that will be road complete. Everything else is working perfectly. At some point we need to do some electricity by looks of things. The roller's a brand new one as well. We've already upgraded that once. I don't think there is another upgrade for it actually. Once it's done once, that's it. For a lot of them there's only one upgrade. Some vehicles have got more than one when there's slightly different versions, but most of the time it's just one upgrade. How are we for time? We've got about 15 minutes. Do you know the one thing about this game though? It's like I get with a lot of games, to be fair. When we're streaming them, I know my time's limited. I know there's a point I'm going to get to where physically I can't do much more, and that's fine. But I so want to carry on. Because I know also we've got... Wow, it does not like that corner, does it? Because we've got Death Stranding 2 starting next week on release, or a few days early, because we paid a bit extra. Because of that, I'm conscious that I want to get as much done as possible in this. Although what we'll do is we'll do what we're doing with Assassin's Creed. We'll do a stream of this to split up the week whilst doing Death Stranding. It just means Shadows might be put on the back burner for a little while until there's new content at least. Although we are doing Shadows tomorrow morning, just to finish off a few bits and pieces. Still don't know if we're going to platinum Shadows either. Something we haven't really thought about. We need to look at trophies, see what's doable, what's left to do. I think a lot of it is collectibles and there's still quite a few of those to go. But I'm not too sure what we're going to do there. I think some of it is legendary animals, which we said we'd have to follow a guide. Despite never following guides, but I don't think there's a choice for them. There are no clue how we find out where they are, what they are, or anything. So because of that, we have to follow a guide annoyingly. I think that shouldn't be allowed. I think every collectible in a game you should be able to find without the need for guide. When you've got these animals that show up in certain seasons, at certain times, in certain places, naturally, how do you find that out? That's the thing. Other than bumping into one by pure luck, I think it takes away the fact that, you know, for the people that don't use guides like myself, it's taking away that from me. Because otherwise there's no way of platinum it. There's so many games as well we could go back to and get the platinums finished. We've got 19 channel platinums as it stands. And we could have a lot more with just finishing off things like Astrobot and stuff. There's only a few things left to do on that one to get the platinum. But yeah, I kind of just want to keep playing this now for the rest of the day, but I know physically I'm not going to be able to. Right, this road's an done though. It's still a big slope to get up here, to be fair. Although the asphalt obviously will give the trucks a lot more grip at least, and traction. It's still a steep slope though. But we have made it wider, which is good. Last bit here. And that will be job done. The last bit actually is here, to be fair. Getting ahead of myself. There we go. Road complete. That is a brand new road now complete, which makes hopefully getting to the oil pumps a little bit easier. That was the plan for it. Repair the oil station. This has come up after doing the road. That oil station, more than a piece of equipment, it is a backbone of the region's oil operation. Since we're in the neighbourhood, we might as well give them a hand. We assist in plotting a course for their repair gear and take a look at the fracturing piping system. There's 3 pipes to replace along this system somewhere. So one there, one there, one there. Okay, they need replacing. That's not a problem. The route, what is the route it needs? From our base of operations, oh, I think it's just going to it, isn't it? That will give us 20 fuel for getting that done. Plus, because it repairs the oil station, plus 100 XP per truck, afterwards up to 5. So what we'll do is set the course now. We've already just done the road. So we may as well set this on its go away. It's not the mission we're doing next, but at least we may as well get this moving. So the rewards can be adding up at least. And we know it's something else that's done that we don't need to wait for. My only concern was obviously my truck there. We haven't been here ourselves, so I don't know how easy a lot of this is to travel on. So we may find a lot of this gets stuck. There's a bit of water here that could make the sand really bad. So there is that possibility. Where's the actual finish point? Oh, actually, we don't need to go that far. We're only going there. Well, that's an easy route then, surely, because we just built a massive road. I thought we was going all the way to the oil pipes, but we're not. Okay, dispatch vehicles. We'll gain, when that completes, we'll gain 20 fuel. Right, so that's been done. Solar station, river base. Solar station is there, river base is further down. We'll go solar station first, as it's the closest one. We're just going to reach location. That's all we're going to do. And for that, we will drive our brand new scout vehicle that we got, if I can find it. Where's the new scout vehicle? It's over here, isn't it? A new scout vehicle, this one here. The Carillion. We'll drive the Carillion to see if we can figure out what happened. Right, where we head? We're going to go over there. what roads do we follow? I suppose we come out of here. We kind of want to head to where this is, really, don't we? I would say. Good to see how overpowered tracks are as well. There's lots of metal here we can recycle and we need more pipes. We need 3 pipes to fix the pipes over by the oil station. We know about that. That'll be the Mueller game because it can carry the pipes as well as take them out of where they're going. Didn't like that, did it? So yeah, so that'd be the mule doing the pipe work, as it can do 2 things at once. I'll say this thing's got a bit of a pep to its step. Okay, there's a road going up there. Where does that go? That's the question. Is it a road? I think it's just a slope, actually, to be fair. We know this will be connected to main roads. So there will always be a road going to it somewhere. We're just going to find the road, essentially. There's no point going too off-road looking for this place. Where are we now? Okay, so this is here. So we are this bit we've not been to, but this road goes round. So we'll keep following this new road, see where it takes us. But it's still taking us in the right direction, which is the important part. Just there's a few tractor and rocks in the way. Out of the way. And what have we got? Buildings over there. I don't know if I prefer this or the Malamute, to be fair. The Malamute with the big wheels is pretty cool to drive. This, once it gets going, has a little pep. It's pretty handy. And obviously tracks can do anything. It seems, anyway. It's a little bit too sensitive on turning sometimes, especially at speed. Alright, what have we found here? Follow the road, it's led us straight here. What's this place? The Central Distribution Substation. I really should put the handbrake on when I come out of the vehicle. I can see them moving backwards on the map. Okay, the place we're looking for is still over here. There is a main road still going round this. Strange that they've blocked the entrance as well. I'm assuming we'll have to do something with this in due course. Let's see if I can move these. No, see, I can't even winch them, although we can just go this way. And no, that fence doesn't break either. We broke a fence earlier. That fence doesn't break. Interesting. So something later on must activate that, and they'll be moved when it is activated, I would assume. Although this is meant to be a road, it's not much of a road, is it? We're running out of time, there's only about 5-10 minutes left for today. I'd like to get this place solar panels found, if we can at least. getting up there. Some ruins ahead by the looks of things. If you, we know there's collectibles on the map. We know it's a toys and oil drums with a Warhammer symbol on them. We know this. Best place to hide them? In some ruins, maybe? Can't see inside though. Oh, I can scan though, can't I? Object scanner. Doesn't really show up anything. Okay. I thought the ideal place of hiding something would be in something like that, but actually doesn't seem like they did. Vehicle failed. What was it this time? How the route's here? How do you end up there? I do not know how that happens. The route is going this way. But what we do is we move this. It's obviously they're going too quick. Move that there. I'm going to move this round to there. See if that helps. Yeah, something's going wrong somewhere for them to end up all the way over there. And we have had trucks make it, so I don't know what's going on. Probably should watch it and see, but we're busy. I'm running out of time for today. Little ravine for us to traverse. This was a road on the map as well, to be fair. Although, it doesn't seem like it is anymore. Is this dead end? I think it is a dead end, you know? This is a road, but I think we've hit a dead end. I wasn't expecting that. I thought we'd just carry on, but no. Okay. I'm just going to... Yeah. There is a route through here. Let's have a quick look this way. I don't know how deep this will be. Again, we could terrain scan and see. One of the terrain scanner, it doesn't tell you how deep water is. Not that deep, there you go, we're okay. Hoping this leads back onto another road. Otherwise, we're going to make our own. I will say, this scout vehicle at the minute is proving itself to be a beast. Okay. Well, that definitely doesn't go anywhere else, does it? We can go up here, though. And solar panels are here. Where's the place we're looking for? Up there. We're right next to the solar station. We are out of time, but I want to quickly finish off the mission we're looking at, which is this solar station up here. So at least we finish this mission. We should be just about there in a second. This may have worked out really well. There's all the solar panels. If this thing really is a beast, we'll manage this. I'm having a bit of trouble getting over that hump. There we go. Our solar station is here. We've just got to get to it. $300 away, just under now. Is it up or down? It's over to the right. I think we follow this down. As I say, we are finishing the stream in a minute. I just want to finish off the mission when we can, because then it just finishes off things nicely. Today they're making quite a bit done. We've opened up the other side, we've built a bridge to get across, and it feels like we've done quite a lot, to be fair. Okay, we should be able to winch these doors open. That's normally what we have to do. Not liking it though. Okay, that's open. As I say, we've just literally got to get across there and then we're done for this mission. So we'll just quickly get across there before we finish. All the dust and debris on the back of the vehicle. But this, I will say, the scout vehicle, definitely proving its worth. How we're doing mud and water, I'm not so sure. But it has definitely proven itself for the minute. There's also something there to our right, we'll ignore that for the minute. And that'll be mission complete.
If this isn't a porcelain shop after a herd of elephants threw a party, then I don't know what is. Still, maybe it's not as bad as it looks. Could you drive around and check what needs to be replaced? Some places look like they're going to be tough to reach, but I trust your usual creativity.
So having new missions, we've got to reach 2 different locations at the solar station. Wow, okay. 2 different, this would be the right vehicle, I think. We've 2 different locations, that's part of that solar station, which we'll do another time. But unfortunately, we are out of time for today. We've got quite a lot done. We've done the first stage of the 3 stages for this map. We've also built bridges, a bridge to get across. We've got the steel pipes facility and the steel beams facility, I'm going to words that, up and running. We've also now made a route for the oil pumps as well, an oil station. We're getting there. And we'll finish off by finding the solar station as well. So yeah, we're definitely getting there. Let's see what percentage we are as we come out into the hub, shall we? Crazy Iceman, a massive thank you for joining us, much appreciated. Vision Unlock, thank you for joining us, it's very much appreciated. Let's have a look. Percentage wise, I can't think what we were 4% when we started, I believe. Which makes sense, to be fair. We're now 18%. When you feel you've done loads, and then you see a percentage, and actually it's a lot less. So we've done 5 of 13 infrastructure requests, 7 of 30 objectives, 23 remaining, and 1 of 13 sides. 31 fuel though, that's from all the other little bits and pieces. Nearly all the map is now open as well. So we've nearly opened all of it. I think it's going well. Tomorrow's stream is not RoadCraft. Tomorrow we are back in Assassin's Creed Shadows as we go to complete some of the side quests we haven't completed yet and explore more and find new things as we always do. You think the wife will be in chat tomorrow, dear? Behave yourself, won't you? So we're at roughly 52 hours in according to that so far. Still plenty to see and do, as I say. But yeah, tomorrow we've got Assassin's Creed Shadows, same time as this one, and we're back in RoadCraft on Thursday morning as well. And then, as I say, next week Death Stranding 2 on release, or 2 days before release, to be fair, because they paid for early access. But that is it for today. A massive thank you to you guys for joining us. Thank you for all the likes, the comments, the views, and the conversation. We're back tomorrow with Assassin's Creed Shadows, as I say, Thursday for RoadCraft. Until then, enjoy the rest of your week, and we'll see you on live stream very soon. Thank you all for watching. Bye-bye.